Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another process video for Baby Scott Scraps. Today I am going to be scrapbooking another of my grandchildren during our gingerbread making session that we had on Christmas Eve. So this is the middle grandson, Preston, and his gingerbread house. Now this will go into his scrapbook. And let's see what we have. This paper's from Vicki Boutin. This is from her Evergreen and Holly collection. That was her collection from last year. Now, I also still have the Christmas cheer paper. And because like my tablecloth is really bright with the Christmas colors and things like that, I want to keep it a bright page still. And I think I have another couple pieces of scraps here in my pile. So I have this one that's all stars. Now the color of the red, and that's why I kind of went with green, even though these are not the same collection. I think this green will go okay because there's a couple like more worn or darker pieces, but the reds are the problem. And whereas these reds are more to the orange, bright colors, this is more muted. And so, sorry if I hit the camera. I think I'm going to avoid that piece of paper. And then the other one I have that I could possibly use, I have this holly paper that I used with one of my Build-A-Page pages. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm not real sure. I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and do something simple with the 6x6 paper pad and go with that. Maybe something like with rectangles. So let's see what we've got for paper. So I can tell right now we've got this one here that's gingerbread houses that we can use. And I did use that on the other page. So let me see if I have a piece of that left. I didn't cut into it, it doesn't look like. This paper pad has 3 to the page. This one, I might be able to use part of it. And actually, I may have a scrap of that still. See, even those reds are not quite the same. I got the stripe here. Now this red's not as bad, but again, it's just not quite right. Now the holly paper will work. And so will the Christmas trees. And I don't want to go green on green though. I'm looking for papers that will pop up against against that green. So I'm probably looking at more of a white base color. We'll see. I love these paper pads. The only problem with them is that with the mega pads, I find that the binding comes apart a little bit. Here's a hunk of that gingerbread, and here's a hunk of the like a holly jolly. It's a mixed spread, and then here is the other half with the stripe of that. And there's the candy cane stripe. So we might be able to use a few pieces from the previous layout that we made. So I'm not cutting into a full one. We can bring in Santa maybe. All right, let's start with this. So what kind of a shape do we want to do? Yesterday we did a square. So I'm thinking maybe more of a stripe going up the side, maybe like a 2-inch, like a 2x4. And we can do a stripe up the side and then maybe a border strip. So let's get my trimmer out. And I'm just going to get my little lopper, my Creative Memories one, because it really doesn't require a big one. So let's see, we can do, or do I want to do a 1-inch? Let's do 1-inch. Make it a smaller stripe. This is one of the go-to designs I like doing when I do, when I have scraps. You always have a 1-inch strip. So if you cut a bunch of them and just stagger them up, let's see if we can get another 1-inch out of this one. This one has the hanging hole from the where you would market it. Yeah, and it won't work because it's, well, yeah, it's gonna leave a little bit of a divot. So that one we'll use for something else. These I'm gonna leave it, well, I could make them 3 inches, and that would give me, if I do a 3-inch border, it'd be a little bit smaller, but I'd have more room for the pictures, and I could get 4 strips out of this instead of just 2. So, or I could do 4 and 2 and have, no, I don't want to do it on the other side. Yes, this is how my brain works. I kind of flit around between trying to make decisions on what I want to do. All right, so this will be a 3-inch border. It looks like these didn't cut quite right. Well, that doesn't make me happy. Doesn't look like they're a true 6 inches across. So they're going to be a little bit less than 3 inches. It doesn't look weight enough. Okay, changing plans. I want 4. It just doesn't look like heavy enough to come out. So let's go ahead and just cut like this one up into 1-inch strips. And then we'll do, actually we'll cut it to 4. Okay, there's 4 inches. And now we'll just go ahead and cut 1-inch strips. And there's red text on the other side, so I can use both sides of this. So let's see how many I get out of it. 2. 3. 4. 5. And this one has the branding strip, so that won't work. But I could cut this one to 4 inches. This one, though, I'll have to be careful because it won't have the same direction for the red paper. And this is not a true 2 inches, so I can only use one of them. So this one will go into scraps. This one will go into the pile. So let's do the same thing with Santa. We'll cut it to 4. And on the back side, I won't probably use the back side, so I'm only going to cut like 4 of these. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's do 3 of the Santas. 1, 2, and 3 Santas. Now I want another one that's going to give me a little bit more solid color. So I want the candy cane stripe maybe. Now this one's got the cut aparts. And now I just need to decide which one I like better. I think I'm going to keep the cookies for Santa, even though he's doing the gingerbread house. There's still the cookies are in the picture. So, and they did go home with the cookies. So now I know I can use the bottom half of this one. So I still have one of these Merry Christmas ones. Sorry, my camera went off if I repeated myself. So I'm okay with cutting this one. I don't know why it just automatically turned off. There should be no reason for it. That was just weird. I heard it beep. All right, let's go ahead and cut 3 of these. One. Two. And the third one. All right, let's put the trimmer to the side for now. And let's go ahead and build up our pattern and see if we need any more. So we got red, white, and then red. And again, this has the writing, so it's directional. So we need to make sure it's in the right direction. And then we have Santas, and they are not directional, so they can go anyway. And then we're going to repeat our design. So we have the diagonal stripe, we have the holly, we have the writing, and we have Santa. And then the last round, we're going to do the same thing with diagonal, holly, writing, and Santa. So that's going to be the base of our layout. And then again, we'll have like the pictures here and maybe a cluster somewhere in there, or I can even add it in here and do it like a cluster like that. So let's go ahead and adhere those down. The other thing, like I said, I want a border strip, and I probably have one on one of my sticker sheets. So we'll look there first. Otherwise, I have a bunch of branding strips that we can look at that are also great for using, or you can drag out your washi tape. And that just gives this a little clean edge. If you wanted, you could get out, like if you have a border punch, I have the Creative Memories border maker. You could go in and cut a, a nice shape border up there. Mine is buried right now, so I'm not going to bother with that. As I've said in the past, if you don't know, I am a lazy scrapbooker. And so unless it's easily within my reach, I don't usually grab for the tools. Now, if I plan on it and I get them out ahead of time, that's a different story. But once I'm sitting and creating, I don't like having to get up and look for stuff. I will, but I don't like it. I just like sitting down and grabbing what's within arm's reach of me. So let me know, are you guys a lazy scrapbooker, or will you run around your room digging out stuff as you create? Like I said, for me, it's just like once I'm settled in and I'm in my mode of gluing it down. It's even like with mixed media. I love the look of mixed media. I love playing with mixed media. I don't have the patience to wait for it to dry before I can start adding stuff on to keep creating. I really just want to keep moving and get the page done. So, all right. So after the stripe is the holly. But if you have these paper pads, this is a great way to go and use them. You know, get these on the little scraps out. Even if it's not a paper pad, even if it's just scrap paper, cut it down to a 4x1 inch or a 4x2 inch, whatever size that makes you happy, and just make a border on your page. And now all of a sudden this green piece of paper has gotten so bright and cheery. Now, after it's all glued down, obviously the paper pad wasn't a true 12x12, so I have a little bit over the edge. And we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to trim it off, and we're not going to worry about it. Again, as I've said in the past, no one is going to sit with a ruler and look at your layout and go, oh, that one's not too, full 1 inch. They're not going to do it. They're going to look at the overall whole of the page and go, oh my God, that's so cute. Look at how cute the kids are, blah, blah, blah. You as a scrapbooker, that may be what you zero in on, but that's because you're putting your layout together. All right, so let's grab all of my sticker sheets here. I just have one of those Calic bins sitting on my desk right now that has like all of these in there. And once Christmas is done and I'm put everything away, they will all be put back in the room. Now, I like this one, and this is Christmas Cheer is the collection that we're working with. The problem I can see right now is this does not go all the way to the end. So if I was to use this one, I'd have to have an embellishment somewhere in there to split the difference of where I would be hiding the join. I like the scallop one, same thing. It would need to have it split, but you can see that the reds are really off. So I don't think I'd want to use that. Let's see. I have, now this is Carta Bella. The red isn't too bad, and this paper is bigger than 12x12 here. And so if I was to use this scallop, it says, may your day be merry and bright. If I use that on there, it's long enough. And so I think I'm going to use, I've had this Carta Bella in my stash for a while. I think I'm going to go with the Carta Bella. I like the scallop. I could go with the green, but I think it would blend unless I turned it this way and brought the green over. But I'm kind of leaning towards the May Your Day Be Merry and Bright. Now, it may need a little help with extra adhesive, and if that's the case, we can add it, as we go. Just add a little bit more. But let's go ahead and add this in. And you can see it makes it all the way top to bottom on this one. So we are all good and don't have to do any finagling or trimming. I'm going to turn my page. Sometimes it's easier if I look at it this way to keep it straight. And I'm just overlapping the little 1x4 inch strips just to give it a cleaner edge. And now that just gives it by doing this, it just gives it a more finished look. Now I can still have my pictures go over the top. I'm okay with that. It just to start out with is looking, better. And like I said, I could go more like that. Actually, I kind of like it overlapping. Now we do need to mat those photos, and I did cut them down before we went and I started filming. So off camera I did, just so that I could speed it up. So this is 5.5 inches high, and this is 4x4. So let's see what we can find that we can use to mat the photo. Now we could use this, But sometimes I prefer a diagonal stripe when I'm matting versus a horizontal, because then on the one side it kind of looks funky. I really like the reds, but the red with that tablecloth just are kind of clashing, so that's kind of why I'm avoiding it. Yeah, even that one's kind of just a little off. And I also have the Vicki Boutin paper pad next to me, so I may go in there and see if there's something better. And again, it's just because I don't want green on green, and the reds just aren't quite right. If it was like I said, you know, more of a candy cane stripe with multiple colors or something like that, I don't think it would look as bad because you'd have smaller quantities. But when you have a big bold, you know, you have a more of a pattern. Like right here, I can see that this one right here is diagonal. And there's not so much of the red that it's going to stick out and say, oh, these reds are really off. So like here, you have more red going around the picture, whereas this has only a little bit. And so it's not as obvious that your reds don't match. So this won't do both. Do one. Let's see what else I have. If I want to do both on the same one, I would need to cut one down. Because I won't use a full piece of paper for just to mat. Oops. And I do have the red candy cane, but I have that over here, so I really don't want to duplicate the same. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the gingerbread house one down just a little bit, and that way we can fit them both on here. So right now it's 4 by 4, and I think what I want to do is take 1/8 of an inch off each of the sides. So now it'll be 3 1/4, and then we'll do the same thing top and bottom. We'll use 1/8 of an inch, and now we have it at 3 3/4. So I just took a little bit off, evened it so it stayed pretty even on the photo itself. Now, when I go to mat this, do I have enough room? Nope, I need to bring a little more off. Let's take a little off of this one. So same thing, I'm going to take 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch off of each side. It won't be enough to make a difference with the photo, but it will be enough to make a difference with the matting. Okay. Try it again. Yeah, that gives me enough room. So I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. Actually, a little bit less than 4 because of, again, it being a paper pad. They're not a true 6 by 8. All right, so there we go. And then this one, this is 4. I need to cut it again at 4. Now, when I'm using a diagonal stripe, the one thing I want to try and do is keep the diagonals the same in both the pictures. So I wouldn't want it like one going this way and one going this way. I want them to go the same. And again, it could be just a me thing, but to me, it would make the patterns clash. So I want them to be the same, because to me, that would be something that would stick out for somebody if they're looking at the book going, oh, you know, not that they're going to say anything, but it would be a more obvious, like, clash to the eye that the patterns are off. Same thing with these going down, which I didn't pay attention to. I want these stripes going the same direction. It would be odd if one was going the wrong way. All right, so that one is matted. I think we're almost done with the matting. All right. So now we need to decide how we want to put this together. I'm thinking I like kind of doing it as a cluster, like something like this, and getting the title, or I could do it more up and down and having it more of a grid fashion. Well, that's not bad. And I think I'll pull it up more, because now it would give me room to put something down here. So let me look at those squares and see if there's something that I can put down at the bottom here that I could add into it. And what you can do also is shift. So now I could have it the same shape. So let's grab that paper pad again and see what we have for those 3x3 squares. So we do have this one, May your Christmas sparkle with laughter and goodwill. We could add that there, and then build our clusters from each side. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I kind of like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them, because I don't want the red on red, and this is brown, so this isn't going to clash with down here. All right. I think I'm happy with that. Now, the only thing I'm not liking is where this is landing. So I want to shift over a little bit so it's not landing even with that border strip. Okay, we got that. The other option, let's see what else we could do here. Got that. Your just trying to find what would be the best look. Or again, go with a cluster. Kind of liking that better. Now to soften it up a little, I have a doily. Again, on my desk, within reach, not making me get up. Let's cut this in half. These are just doilies I think I got on Amazon. But what we could do is add one under here, like this. Again, to build up on. And then maybe have another one over here, like that. Like that. And then maybe we could do a title along the side. Now I have Ho Ho Ho, or I have Magic Moments. I kind of like having Ho 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 going down the side. I'm happy with this, so let's go ahead and glue this down. So let me go ahead and add a little in here. Oops, shifted. No shifting allowed. Come on. Like that there. Put this one down here. And we'll build our cluster in between. So I'm just going to add a little bit in here. I'm going to have this one coming down over here. May have to move things around. It never goes on the way you wanted it to. It always shifts. Okay, we've got that there. Now we're going to stick this up there. And then we'll stick the cookies down below. And to me, it looks like it all needs to move up a little. Let me see if I can shift it without messing it up. There we go. There we go. Got that. That. That there. That there. And that there. I'm not thrilled with this. Let's see what we can do here. There. Got a little bit of adhesive on here though. See if I can cover that up with a sticker. All right, so I know I want Ho Ho Ho. If we do like ho. And then we have this little bow. I think would be cute on top of that. And we have another one that could kind of cover up a little goober mistake here. Maybe put this right here, and then that covers up the adhesive that got on the picture. All right, good with that. And then okay, I think I'm happy with that right now. So we've got puffies on there in a few places and our title. Now let's grab the sticker. Actually, we can do the sticker sheet. So we have a gingerbread house, and let's see. I'm gonna grab this candy cane, or not candy cane. It's a gingerbread on a rolling pin. We'll put that there. It's kind of baking related. And we have a big Santa. So maybe I'll put Santa under the ho ho ho. And let's see. All right. I need something here. All right, here we have a gingerbread house. So that will be cute right there. So that's building that in. And we had a lot of candy to put on the gingerbread houses, so a little jar of candy would work. And let's see. This would be kind of cute. It's got ho ho ho, and then I could put the puffy that says cookies, like Santa's saying ho ho ho, there's cookies. That works. And let's see, we have a little gingerbread star cookie. We'll put that like right there. And I'm just kind of building in this little area. It just says traditions. So I think this is doing pretty good. I might move this over just to bring the two together without covering up the traditions. Actually, I can put it on top. Let's turn the cookie. And then no, but I don't like it. I like the cookie on top. All right. And then maybe we can add a little red star, puffy star there. And we have some gumdrops. So let's add some gumdrops down here. There's a gumdrop there. And here's a gumdrop here. And then let's see what else we have. We have a little stars we can add up there. And anything else we want to add? I think this looks good. I don't really think it needs anything more. Let's move this stuff out of the way so it's not cluttering. I think I'm happy with how it looks. And again, we've got our cluster kind of going on a diagonal. I kind of want something behind here, maybe. Let's see. Let's see what's in the sticker book. Usually the sticker book is a repeat of what you've got in the top. I don't know, it just seems like it needs something here. Here's a tag with a Santa Claus on it. So let's see if I can maybe move the rolling pin down and angle it. And now I want something right there. We want a little puffy maybe. I'm just kind of looking to see what's in here that I could add. Something small that won't take up a lot, that would make sense. There was a lollipop, which wouldn't be bad. I could tuck it behind. And it doesn't have to be big. Let's add this little Christmas tree. Let's see if that... All right. There we go. That looks a little better. Now it's just all clustered in. So you have the little tag hanging out, and then the little Christmas tree cookie, whatever, and then the rolling pin. Now that looks like it makes sense. All right, we're going to call this one done. Hope you enjoyed this layout, and I will be back again on my channel. We'll be doing tomorrow the other pictures of my middle or third grandson with his gingerbread house as well. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again on my channel. Bye-bye.